daughter. Look at you, girl. Look. Hello. Hello. She look good. Hey, Brittany, girl. I love it. I love it. Look, today I came to see.
I just told her to go off work.
No, you look good. I'm just gonna say, okay, I ain't gonna lie. Hello.
Ooh.
So you said, Beyonce, I'm sorry, you just finished eating. What did you eat? Just she in the comments. Sorry.
Oh, so no, you good. You good. Do you
You'll be able
Michelle?
to see. You see the viewers? There's one right now. That's Beyonce. Hey, girl. But you can see the viewers and you also can see the comments. So if you ever want to look at it, but yeah, how does it feel to look at yourself like right there? Is it nerve wracking? No.
I'm used to talking to lots of people, so I'm fine.
Okay. So you are.
Yeah,
you definitely are.
And telling them off.
Hello. I like that. I like that. So I don't know, maybe you should put your mic like this. I'm just going to say from experience because I had mine like that and I didn't like the way it sounded.
Oh, okay.
I did. And I was like mad at myself, like, dang, why I didn't have it up? Okay, Alexa, stop. She going to listen because she hard-headed sometimes.
Alexa, Nate.
Alexa said no, baby. All right. So I want to thank everybody for joining Mama Need Life 2. And yes, Mama Need Life 2. I'm going to tell y'all this. Y'all better love on yourself. Self-care is very important, okay?
I'm blessing what she's saying.
Hello. You got to love yourself. If you don't, nobody else will love you the right way. I'm just going to say that. Okay. So I just want to ask, how was your weekend?
My weekend was wild. I performed.
Wow. Okay.
And then I had just came back from Colombia. So it was a lot. And my little cousin was like, you don't care what comes out your mouth.
Oh, Lord Jesus. What you said? What did you say?
Well, the dance piece that I was doing, it's Black History Month, and the audience was white. So I basically was like, all white people are racist.
Ooh.
Starting there.
Okay. So you really believe all white people are racist?
Yeah. They may have good intentions.
Okay.
Because when you look at what white means in America, it's a construct of race.
Okay.
So that means if I'm saying I'm white, I'm not saying I have Irish inheritance. I'm not saying my family is from England or anything like that. I'm acknowledging my privilege.
Right.
As far as being white in America.
So they already got that privilege because they're white in America.
Exactly.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
I can understand that then. Okay. I didn't think about it that way because I'm like, I don't feel like every white person is racist.
Until they get the job that you know you qualified for.
Got you. And then they going to get it probably because they white.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I can understand that. Okay. Well, so how did the audience take it? How did the audience take it? Like when you said that, how do you think they took it?
I don't care.
Okay, so
that's the guy.
Yes. Not your niece, you said, right?
My nephew.
Your nephew. Okay, your nephew's right.
Well,
my
my cousin.
Your
cousin. He's like my nephew. Yeah.
Right.
But he was just like, you really don't care what you say. I'm like, I'm gonna say what I'm gonna say.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am. Okay. Well. I like her response. Yours was good. My weekend was a little bit, I don't want to say bad. Stuff happened, you know what I mean? But I feel like at the end of the day, I was able to open my eyes. And now that I've grown a little bit more, I'm starting to realize, like, growth.
Yeah.
And looking on the positive side of everything.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But my man got hit.
Ooh.
On a bicycle. Well, no, I'm sorry, on a scooter. I apologize. On a scooter. He just got a scooter literally Saturday.
Oh, wow.
On Saturday. You hear me?
On Saturday and got hit on Saturday.
On Saturday. Yeah.
Ooh.
And the person literally left him there. By the grace of God, a black woman rolled by and saw him and immediately stopped and, helped him out. So.
Oh, wow.
I was thankful, and I used to always like, dang, because I remember having an episode, and her name was Evelyn. Her son got hit on his bicycle going to work, right? And I asked her a question. I was like, how did you feel when you got that phone call? And I really had to experience that. Even though it wasn't my child, it's somebody that I love dearly. And I feel like once I got that call, and it's like, they was like, hello? I'm like, hello? She's like, your man your husband got hit. I'm like, wait a minute, what? Like,
oh, wow. What was going through your brain at that moment? Like, how were you able to pull yourself together?
Girl, first of all, I'm a baby. I act tough, but I'm a baby. Like, when she called and said that, the first thing that came to my mind is like, is he alive?
Yeah.
Because, of course, like, he's not on the phone with me. You are. So that's already a sign of distress. So I'm like, oh my gosh, like, is he alive? And she was like, started talking to the police in the background, so she kind of didn't answer my question immediately.
Oh, wow.
So, of course, I'm like, hold on now.
Yes.
Hello, I'm screaming. Hello, ma'am. Hello, can you hear me, ma'am?
It's not funny, but like.
No, for real. In the moment.
Nerve-wracking,
Yes. I'm like, hello, like, ma'am, hello. I'm screaming at this point, like, is he alive? Like, I just need to know, is he alive? And she's like, yeah, but his face is pretty bad. So I'm like, oh no, like, my man look good now.
Not the face, Jesus. Anything but the face.
Right.
God forgive me.
No, for real, but that's how I'm like, oh my God, like, no, like, oh my God. So I'm just scared. I'm starting hyperventilating because I don't know what I'm walking into. I don't know I don't know. So,
yeah.
Thankfully, when I walked up, it wasn't like horrible, but it happened. Yeah. And it does open your eyes to see a different light because it's like, just like that, everything could have been gone. Yeah. Absolutely. And it made me appreciate and like, damn, I love this man. You know what I mean? Like, I can't.
Black love. Yes, black love.
You can't go nuts. I'll be ready.
Yes.
At the end of the day, I love him. And that was so nerve-wracking. And then my dad, like, literally after we left the hospital with my man, I get a phone call from my stepmom. Now, my dad is fighting with kidney failure. So it's like every time, again, you get a phone call, it's like, you don't know what to expect. Like, especially when it comes from my stepmom because they live in Texas.
Yeah, not here, not close.
So when I get that call, I'm like, oh, like, what's about to happen? Like, what is she about to say? And she was just like, you know, your dad is in the hospital now. Ooh. So it's like from that to that. So he's fine too. But yeah, that was my weekend.
So how have you been managing yourself with all of these things coming at you?
Girl, that's not even all. It was, girl, listen, it's another thing, but I don't want to, it's another thing with a sibling that I love too. Me and her had a disagreement. So with my dad, my man, and that person, is like, I'm trying to juggle everything, but inside, I'm not okay. But on the outside, it's like I got to keep pushing. You know, that's why when you text me, I was like, the show must go on. Like, at the end of the day, like today, I was just like, okay, you know what? Misha gonna be Misha. You know, I'm gonna come and do my thing regardless. But right now, no, I'm not okay. You know what I mean? But you got to keep going. You know. But thank you for asking.
Of course, sister.
Hello. Y'all, for real, y'all love y'all loved ones. You never know, for real. And if you can forgive somebody for what they have done, especially if they don't know that they've done it, then forgive that person. Also, communication. Communication counts, and it's so important. Do you know that person? Okay.
Never heard of him.
Okay, because you saw it.
Yes, just pop up.
I'm sorry, you got to put in the invite and we can get you on the episode, okay? I'm sorry, Mr. Walker.
Write your question in the chat, honey.
That part. And speaking of that, let me go to the comments. Okay, so, Beyonce, she said, W-H-E. Is that, how the expression is that? What expression is that? W-H-E-W. How do you say that? Woo, okay.
Yes!
There we go.
I feel you.
I knew you would know, okay? Thank you, Blossom Dior or Misha. Thank you. She put the praying hands. Johnny, thank you for your praying hands as well. Misha, we love you too. She said, I love you both.
Hey, honey.
Beyonce, you say you never know. You definitely never know.
Yeah,
that's why you literally, especially when that happened, I was like, oh my gosh, like I need to stop. Like I'll get mad and don't want to talk and stuff like that. I need to stop doing that with everybody. Like I need to stop, you know, because life is definitely unpredictable.
And too short. Like the one thing that is I've learned with all my experiences organizing and doing wild ass shit is like, yo, the only thing that is guaranteed to us is our death date.
Oh, yes, Lord. Jesus. No,
so, Lord. And that come unexpected all the time. Especially if we from this hood, we know. Literally. And I'm going to talk, you know what? I'm going to say that for when we get this girl because I got a
got something and I agree. Okay, let me just, you know what? Let me move along, y'all. Okay, y'all ready? Y'all ready? Hey. Before we get into it, y'all share this live. Let me tell y'all again, Mama Needa Life 2, y'all. This is episode 11 of Mama Needa Life 2. This is the Black History Edition because I am black and I am proud, y'all. Hello. Don't ever think nothing different than that, okay? Be proud of who you are, okay? Even if you're not black, just be proud. But, so, it is so many different things. And I'm just going to say that you're into. I'm so happy for Misha introducing us from that one conversation. Like, we sat out there, girl, you was telling me so much stuff. And I was like, what? How that happened?
I probably was drunk as hell.
No, you was. We both were drunk, though. We both were drunk, and that's okay.
Yeah, that was great. Beautiful. To a new friendship and sisterhood.
Seriously. I was like jealous listening to your vacation stories. Like, girl, you get a chef, girl. What? Like, now I'm telling everybody that we booked. I'm like, we gotta get a chef.
Yes, you have to get a chef if you go on vacation.
Ain't no other way. I promise you.
Period.
Because that's what I'm doing. When I know I need a chef. Hello, because I'm not cooking. Okay. No, but you told so many different stories, and I just really got amazed. And like, I remember going to one of my friends, actually the co-host, Ebony Naomi. I remember going to her, and it's like, girl, like I met this girl, and she was an activist. Like, I was like, dang, like if I wasn't the life that I'm living now, I'm like, I probably would have been right there with you because I believe in standing up for what you believe in. You know what I mean? And fighting for what you believe in. So I commend you for doing that because a lot of people cannot.
Thank you.
You're welcome, love. So tell me, what is everything that you got your hands in? What do you do? What are you involved in? Tell me everything.
So I just gotta say, my sister tweet, call me Tommy from Martin.
Okay, Tommy. Hello. What? You ain't got no job?
Yes. And they don't understand what the hell I do.
You do everything, girl, for real.
So I just gotta say that because it's so funny. Because she be like,
no,
what are you doing? Listen.
And I thought about it quick, like Tommy, no job.
Yeah, no job.
No job at all.
No job at all. But he always working.
Hello.
Yeah. So I grew up. I'm from Dade County. Grew up in the streets of Exit 1. But I've moved for the last 10 years to New York City. I moved to be a dancer. I have a degree in dance, ballet.
Hello, ballet.
Modern, jazz, whatever. African, trained dancer. Went to school. I got a degree in dance.
Ooh.
But then what fell into my lap, not fell into my lap, but when Trayvon Martin was murdered, I was at University of South Florida. But it just started my organizing activist career. Right. I didn't know it was going to be a career. I didn't know anything to that degree. But long story short, what I do now is strategy, do online campaigns, some of everything, fundraise, support people who were formerly incarcerated, create mutual aid. Mutual aid has been around as a black tool, Caribbean tool to meet everyday needs of people that are oppressed.
Okay.
That makes for instance, bail. Back during slavery, people who were free would gather money to pay the funds for their loved ones to be free.
Right.
So that
do you need anything to put there? Because I don't want you to show everybody what you got.
Oh my good.
Yeah, the good. I
Yeah. So bail is a form around like people, bailing out of jail or whatever. But basically, it's buying your people's freedom to the base, the extent, right?
Right.
So I've done so much work in New York City, protests. Like, we shut down the police union in New York City around Mike Brown's death in Ferguson. I've done so much. So, yeah, I wear so many hats around, like facilitating, fundraising, organizing, protesting, behind the scenes, doing campaigns, like helping people with social media campaigns, gaining followers and long-term strategy. That's where I'm at now.
So did you go to school for that one? You didn't something that you just probably that's your destiny, you think?
I learned that in the streets of Florida City.
Okay. I like that. And she's for the city.
Yes, okay. I learned that. That's basic skills.
Hello.
Put two and two together.
And it makes sense.
Yeah.
Oh, I like that. Y'all heard what I said, right?
Makes sense.
Okay.
Okay.
Now, you did say that you're an activist and an organizer. Mm-hmm. What is the definition of being? First, give me the definition of both. Like, what is it, or what is an activist?
So, an activist could be someone who is engaged around the topic, but like they're advocating, they're using their voice more so towards an issue. Organizing is you're mobilizing people, you getting people activated, you getting communities activated. You are like in the paint, like for the protest, you the reason why the people are there.
So because you acting on it.
Yes, you standing on it.
Oh, standing on business.
Standing on business right then. Yeah.
Okay.
So
activist is the one that's gonna get it together.
No, the activist is going to be lend their voice.
Okay.
Right?
Gotcha.
They might not necessarily do the legwork and the groundwork to get people there, but they may tweet about it. Okay. They may, we may give them the organizer may give them talking points to talk about the issue.
Gotcha. Okay.
But the organizer is mostly the person behind the scenes making all the pieces come together.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, just to make sure we understand, how could we distinguish between the two? Just one more time, just to make sure. So,
an activist is a person who is lending their voice more so towards an issue.
Okay.
The organizer is the person behind the scenes. Okay. Make the boots on the ground, like making sure everything works.
Okay.
So it's like if you would say like an event coordinator, they're responsible for the checklist. They're responsible for the setup of the space. They're responsible for all of that. But you may have the people show up that say, I vouch for this.
Gotcha.
So, or share it online and stuff like that.
And you do both?
I do both.
Okay. But I would say you do both at one protest or one event, or you try to do one this time and the other? Or it just doesn't matter?
To say it like... depends on how much of a person got me fucked up that I'm gonna do both. Like how mad I am about the issue.
Okay, gotcha.
But like, you know what I mean? Like
how involved? Like if it's like, dang, like I got to step on the
head. And I got to put pressure. Like I'm the person that's gonna come in and just curse everybody out. If I'm gonna be an activist, I'm just gonna tell you the truth.
Hello.
Like I ain't gonna go jump through hoops.
You going straight to it?
I'm going straight to it. As an organizer, I ain't got nothing to say. I'm just going to do what I'm supposed to do and make sure it works.
Oh, okay.
And put people in place to say it nicely. Mm-hmm. So I ain't got to say it.
Hello.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's the difference.
That was well said. I like that. Yeah. I definitely get it. I hope y'all do. Do y'all get it? But if y'all have, again, any questions for Miss Brittany, y'all can go ahead and ask them in the comments. Not only that, y'all, if y'all have any thoughts, any experiences that you may have had that you want to share with us, share this live. Y'all go ahead and share this live. Again, this is the Black History Edition. This is episode 11 of Mama Needa. Live too, y'all. And yes, you do. So don't you forget. Okay. So what are the specifics of being in a march? Like, I'm just curious, like, do you guys have different, organizer and activist are two different positions, but I guess, how do you know what position you're going to do? And what other positions is there?
It's a lot of positions. So I can give, for March, you have people who show up as the people who are going to talk to the press. People who, are going to hold the banner at the front. Mm-hmm. It just depends on the issue. Right. Like, I've done actions where, we showed up and changed ourselves. Like when we shut down the police union in New York City, when after Mike Brown, we changed ourselves. We shut down the whole, nobody can enter or exit the building.
So y'all was chained together?
We were chained together, but we chained to the doors, everything. Oh, wow. Just completely shut down and disrupted the entire space. Oh, wow. So you couldn't do, and it was this was a national action, so it took place across the country. So we shut down police unions, calling attention to Mike Brown's death.
Okay, now let me ask you this. What happened to Mike Brown? I'm sorry.
So Ferguson.
Just refresh me.
Yeah, so Ferguson, Mike Brown was shot dead in the street, and his body was left there for hours. And so the Ferguson uprisings, where the community started fighting back around his death, it sparked, like Trayvon Martin, a huge protest across the country, as well. So, yeah,
that's crazy.
Real crazy.
But what y'all doing is amazing, though. I'm gonna say that, standing up for each other. That's like community, like a community. You know what I mean? That's what we need to do on a daily basis.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But and that's within our friends, our family. You know. So, give me some background. I know you were involved in the Fuck the Police March.
FTP, Fuck the Police March.
Fuck the Police March.
Yeah.
So, before you get into it. That made me think, like I was saying, with my man, with him getting hit. I don't feel like the energy was there with the cops. You know what I mean? I guess they're like, okay, it's whatever, you know. And it's like, if it was, had it been like, you know, Johnny, it would have been more involved. I don't think I received like a phone call to say, hey, you know, we're doing this or doing that. You know what I mean? So I don't even think they said this is a police report. Or you can go online to get information on the police report. I've never been involved in a hit and run, so it's just weird to me that they didn't. I don't feel like they really cared. And speaking with the young lady that actually saw my man, she was saying that too. Like, I don't feel like the priority was there.
Yeah.
And that sucks.
Yeah.
It sucks.
Yeah, I mean, I think that since this is Black History Month, right? So I think that this is an opportunity to talk about like the history of policing in America.
Right.
I'm sorry, y'all. I'm gonna give this boring ass speech, but we also need to understand the connection it was to patrolling slaves and the people who were trying to escape to freedom. Those type of things, right? And so the idea of policing, the idea of incarceration, not like when the Black Panther, like I've sat at, a lot of my mentors and people, feats I sat at were former Black Power movement people, Black Panthers, people who are political prisoners, fighting for the rights of Black people in the 60s and 70s.
Oh wow! So they're still prisoners.
A lot of them are still prisoners. Like Baba Sekou. Baba Sekou did over 40 years. He helped Assata Shakur, who was Tupac's godmother, escape to Cuba. He did 40 years behind that. He just died.
God.
He was probably out for like 6-7 years. He just died a couple of months ago. So he did his whole life
for someone else.
For someone else to be free.
Wow.
Yeah. So I spent
40 years.
And I spent a lot of time with him, working and just listening to, you know, him coming fresh out of jail and talking to us and spending lots of time with us. So when we talk about like the FTP marches, we started the FTP marches in protest, not a march, in New York City because the NYPD was basically whooping teenagers, kids' asses because they didn't have $2.75. They were jumping.
What?
They were jumping the turnstile to get from school.
Is that the metro?
The metro.
Okay.
So it's a one clip. I should have put the clip up so they could see it, but
for real.
the clip was.
Can you pull it up?
We probably can.
Okay.
You probably still pull up some of the shit from FTP. It's just so graphic.
Right. Oh my
God.
God.
FTP actions started because the NYPD pulled out rifles, guns, machine guns on this one boy.
Oh my gosh.
And he jumped the turnstile and went into the train. They came out with big guns for $2.75 and put the guns in the boy's face and drug him off the train.
What?
So we ended up finding the boy, and we gonna have a protest. We ain't getting no march. We showing up. I wasn't originally one of the planners. Go ahead.
Remember what you about to say. But okay.
Yeah.
I just like how you just said that. So what is the difference? Girl, I was calling it march, protest. Girl, I don't know what I was calling. But what is the difference between a march and a protest?
like March on Washington. A lot of times these are like permitted
marches. Okay.
Right. It's like you're going to have sometimes marches, and people may have a different terminology and definition, but for me, a march is something that is permitted by the state, by the police. You're going to have people marching, the police marching with you.
Okay.
A protest is...
Hello.
Ain't none of that.
So fuck the police definitely was not a march.
No.
I'm going to correct that.
No. Like I was not one of the original people.
Okay. Get into it.
I came from lobbying. Okay. So in Connecticut, I helped win free phone calls for incarcerated people.
Okay. In Connecticut.
In Connecticut. So I was lobbying at the state capitol for that.
Can you help North Carolina too?
No, but they are doing work in North Carolina around it to make free phone calls free for people incarcerated to call their loved ones.
I love it. Oh, girl, god dang, girl. We about to get into it.
So we won.
Okay.
They won the campaign in Connecticut. Okay. Phone calls are free.
I like that.
I just came. I had on like a suit, like a mustard color, like trench coat.
Ooh.
Mustard color skirt. Yeah, standing on business, bitch. Yes, okay.
I like that.
But what ended up happening was, as soon as I got there, they said we need the Grand Marshal. The Grand Marshal is the person who is controlling the entire march, telling people where to go, signals and all of that. I had that skill. Mm-hmm. So I had to Grand Marshal this event. I don't know the route.
This fuck the police.
This is for the police.
Okay, fuck the police protest.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
So we literally thought it would probably be like 100 to 400 people show up. It's over 5,000 people.
It was 5,000 people.
Over 5,000 people.
And where was that again?
In Brooklyn.
Oh, Brooklyn. Light them up. Okay, go ahead, girl.
So this march, this is before George Floyd took place.
Okay.
So this march ended up being one of the largest marches that took place before George Floyd. And we took over the streets for probably like 4 or 5 hours.
What?
Yeah, blocking traffic, all type of shit. All type of crazy stuff happened that night.
What, girl, get into it, girl.
Yeah.
Wait, girl, get into it. Because we have this stuff out here like, wait, girl, go ahead.
We had fuck the police 1, 2, 3, 4. And it just kept escalating, getting crazier and crazier and crazy. Like, I think the second or third one was the subway should be free. So make the subway free. Make the subway free by any means necessary.
Oh, any means necessary.
Yeah.
So, can I ask you this?
Yeah.
So you believe the subway should be free?
Yeah. We pay taxes.
Oh.
If you can fund a war in Ukraine, if you can fund a war, you know what I mean?
I get it.
Our needs of public transportation should be free.
Exactly.
If you can fund all these other things that's happening in the world,
right.
Our taxes should be used for us, not for all the other shit that the politicians want.
Right.
That's what I believe.
I was thinking dang, because if it is free, how would the workers get paid? But then you said the taxes. Our taxes can pay the employees. Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah.
So what was the result of that protest?
Well, so the third protest. Listen,
it's a lot.
This was so wild, y'all.
Tell me, girl, what?
The wildest shit that we seen was somebody took they shit and put it in the swiper, so they had to,
They put
in the swipe, so nobody could swipe in. Ooh. They had to take the dress in the whole suit, take all the shits out, and Subway was free for the whole day. That was their goal, and they got it done.
By any means necessary.
By any means necessary. So somebody literally traveled
with shit.
Yes. it made the news.
Girl, I bet it did. And nobody want to touch that. No, ma'am. Nobody. No. I get it, but no, ma'am. This is like.
It was really weird. I'm like, y'all made, and we didn't tell them what to do, how to do it. It's just people, over thousands of people taking action, making Subway free.
Well, I mean, Boo Boo definitely gonna do it.
Yeah, Boo Boo gonna do it. Bitch ain't gonna touch none of that, okay?
At all. So during it, what is going through your mind? Like, how are you feeling? Like, what is going through your mind?
Oh man, listen, I'm just trying to stay alive. A bitch being followed home, like
what?
Yeah, like
the police.
Yes, the car I'm getting in is a Uber, but it's a police car. It's like the wildest fucking shit ever. Like I gotta turn around and act like I'm from fucking Florida City. Like the fuck is wrong with you? Like bad the fuck up. Like girl, straight up. Like girl. Yeah, like it was so fucking wild. It was so wild.
So have you ever been hurt during any of these protests?
Yeah, so I ended up with a concussion and a brain injury behind it. The FTP4. We put the Chucky doll, the girl Chucky doll.
the wife.
It scared the fuck out of them. Yeah, really? they whooped all our ass. They whooped every protester their ass. But this was after George Floyd though. So to give you context, they were burning police cars, all type of shit that was happening.
Oh, so they was over it.
Yeah, like they wasn't over it. They were just really scared at the possibility. Because during the FTP3 with the metro, when they did the damages that people did from across the city,
right,
it was over $1 million in damages. We didn't have nothing to do with that. People made their own choices.
Right.
But it was over $1 million in damages. So by the time FCP4 got there, it was just wild as fuck. Like they had probably like 8,000 police officers, federal, state, local, fucking troops, like correction officers, all type of shit.
Oh no, baby. See, I was a CEO. I don't know if I would have been able.
Helicopters, DHS,
girl,
everybody for like 300 protesters.
Oh, so they said no, they're sick of it.
Yeah, they're sick of it. Yeah, but it was a time. We had fun.
Did anybody get arrested that day?
We all got arrested. They whooped our ass and took us to jail first quarter.
So how is it once you go to jail? Like what, girl? What? So what happened? Like once you go to jail, what happened? Like is how they acting towards you?
They dismissed the charges for everybody though, but they did mass arrests. Yeah, like NYPD is notorious. Like they don't give a fuck about beating a bitch ass. Period. Like no, like bitch, you throwing your set up, bitch. I got my set too.
I'm throwing it too. Cause yeah, you know you did not come up here with
still fuck the police. That was the actual name of the march.
That was
protest. Yeah. So yeah, it was. It's you know the Salem.
No, I don't know the Salem.
The Salem protest, the Salem, like the famous with Martin Luther King, that happened in Alabama. It's like it's a famous like protesters got beat up on the bridge and all that type of stuff. They're comparing what happened to us to that historical moment.
Oh my God! It must have been really bad.
Yeah, like people from all over the world been writing and talking about it. It was that bad. I'm telling you, it was like over 8,000 cops for 300 people.
So what was you getting hit with?
Batons, boots. Bitch, I got hit with a motherfucking dusty ass boot, kick, like all type of shit. Like,
so why did they just start hitting?
It was literally like WWE. Them motherfuckers was getting. I'm telling you, like, dog. Yes. No, if you look online of it, you will see the police on top of cars because they had kettled them in, so they encircled them. You couldn't go nowhere. They was on top of cars, jumping on protesters.
Hold on, I'm sorry. What you say? Just say it.
Yeah, that was, listen, Rodney King, Kunta Kinte. Them bitches was literally, I'm talking about WWE like in the wrestling ring. Boom! Knocking bitches out.
Girl.
Oh, it's not funny, but like,
no, it's
literally.
It's not, because I would have been like in the moment, but that make your adrenaline rush, so you ready to whoop some ass too. Or when you got kicked with the boot, what you doing, Brittany? What you doing, Brittany?
I'm pleading the motherfucking fifth, but I am from Florida City.
Hello, yeah. You're right. So, yes, I get it. Okay.
I'm pleading the motherfucking fifth, okay?
But that's crazy.
Yeah, so they got pictures of the police jumping onto protesters with batons and whacking them, hitting them.
God.
Yeah, like it was wild.
So girl, I'm sorry that happened to you. I don't even know what to do, but I feel like, again, I'm going to say, in my other world, in my second life, I would have been right there with y'all. I would have. Now, I don't know in the front, I probably would have been in the middle.
And that's the point. It didn't motherfucking matter because everybody got whooped.
She said everybody. Okay. Dang.
It was a lady that went in labor.
What?
She wasn't even part of the march. She went in labor right then and there. And still got her ass whooped while going in labor.
Oh
like they really did not give a fuck.
Oh my God.
Yeah, so that's
God.
y'all. That's my short stories.
Ooh, that's what I said. Listen, I met her through Misha, a young lady that lives close, or I met her through a friend, and I was like, oh my God, I have to talk to her. I have to dig. I have to get more information, girl. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
So you did touch on pro bono. Did I say it right?
Pro bono. Yeah.
Pro bono. Mm-hmm. When you said like different resources, can you give us more? What is the pro bono program?
Yeah. So what folks? Let me back up.
Hello.
When we're talking about bail, so a lot of work that I've done has been supporting people incarcerated, formerly incarcerated. During the pandemic, before the CDC had guidelines, we had already had a mutual aid group that was feeding people in New York City, elders, like the vulnerable population from COVID. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. We had a whole, we were feeding over 30,000 people in New York City from a site, and we didn't quarantine. So we had to create our own guidelines around masks, gloves, before the CDC did it. Right. So when we started doing that, we were also Rikers Island is one of the most notorious jails in the country, in the world. What we realized was COVID, the largest population of COVID was actually not a city, it was on that jail. So we started fundraising. I fundraised over $2 million to start bailing people out of Rikers Island, giving them places to quarantine, connecting them back to their families, and resources like housing, food, jobs, and all of that. How much money did you raise? Over $2 million.
Ooh, okay,
and then also, I think over 1.5 in supportive services, like to support them back into society. The world, y'all. The hood. Yes, we know where people from.
Right.
So, from there, though, what ended up happening was, I'm saying this to say, bail, when across the country, people have this misconception of what bail is. Mm-hmm. Bail is to make sure you're not a flight risk or you won't run.
Right, because you're putting that money down.
Yeah, you put money down. Mm-hmm. But bail is only supposed to be issued if you are a flight risk or you will not come to court. But if you're home and you can make a justified case around, I will be home in my community, you shouldn't have bail.
Wait a minute. Say what? So
yeah.
Because when a lot of people get arrested, you already know, let me call my not a probation officer, but a bail bondsman. Mommy, go bail me out. Daddy, go bail me out. Boy, man, whatever, go bail me out. So you're saying that we don't have to do that part? Is that what you're saying? If you're not a flight risk. If you're not a flight risk, like little old me.
Yes, but I mean, different places have different rules. But the understanding of bail is like, hey, I'm coming home to fight my charge, but I will return back to court. So if you are going to return back to court, they should just let you out.
Right, okay.
But we live in a state around how much money you can pay, you can afford it or not.
Right.
It makes sense?
Yes, it definitely does.
Yeah.
It does.
So long story short, while we were I've been connected to, I'm not in New York City, so I don't have any connections. Don't hit me up. I'm coming back to Miami slowly, okay?
Brittany said, don't hit me up. She threw that out there, girl, nigga.
Real nigga shit, I'm sorry.
I'm dying.
I'm really for real. No. But I'm lying though. with caution. Like I don't know if I have my resources anymore. Like I've just stopped organizing for the last 3 years to focus on healing.
Right. Okay.
But
healing, I like that.
The basic thing is with pro bono, there are organizations and firms that will take your case in a pro bono manner, meaning they will take your case for free. You just have to know what pro bono is and how to look for it.
Okay.
Right? There's so many people like, I've gotten so many people off, like when we were bailing people out of jail and stuff, I've gotten so many people out of jail with pro bono lawyers or creating strategies to get people out of jail. For like some of the most violent things that you could possibly do.
Oh my gosh.
And so like creating, like if you have a lawyer, I think y'all, like creating avenues for yourself. Like one person had done some, was it like, I'm not gonna say what they did, but it was a lot.
It was a lot.
And they're innocent until proven guilty, right? Fuck this system. But what I ended up doing to get them out was creating a community and family plan that structured their day. And their involvement around, like when they get out, they will have this job. We have this resource for them. They're living here. Here's the address. We've signed them up for therapy. Like those small things in place, like what's it called? It's like an action plan for them coming home from bail. And that actually changed some people who didn't even have bail. They released them to me. Okay. Because of the plans that we were creating, or like me trying to address this person has COVID or this person needs to be out of jail. Because New York is fucking sinister. Like they literally had a lot of those people on Rikers Island burying people who died of COVID on another island. Like that's how fucked up, excuse my language, y'all, like New York is. And so when we started bailing people out of jail, like the amount of people just crying, like I watched my cellmate die, I watched my lover die, I had to bury people, I don't even know their name.
Oh my God. So
it's just like horror stories that I've heard, and just trying to get as many people off with care was a process.
Oh my God, I can imagine.
Yeah. Now you understand why I'm saying healing, because baby, I had to keep all this. I was like, Lord, today, now.
So what would you recommend? Because I know you said we're helping out in New York. You don't have that many resources now.
Yeah.
But what would you recommend for anybody, like a family that doesn't have the income to help their loved one? Where do you recommend that they start?
Well, I do recommend them looking into pro bono lawyers or pro bono people.
Is that probono.com?
No, you can just Google pro bono lawyer or within your community. Also, they do have networks. I know like Lawyers Guild, National Lawyers Guild. It's also another black lawyers network that do a lot of pro bono work across the country. I don't have their name at the top. But if you type in Black Lawyers Network Pro Bono, it'll pop up.
Okay. And
I just think when you contact folks around pro bono, being very, very clear of your ask of them. And also think about like, hey, and it's not just about pro bono. Like if you have someone that you feel that is innocent, take everything I'm saying with a grain of salt, but there are networks that actually go in to, relook into cases and things like that and put resources behind it.
Right.
And get convictions overturned.
If they're innocent.
Yeah. So, I used to be, I just haven't been connected for like 3-4 years. So I really don't, wouldn't know if they, those type of places have high turnover because of a lot of the work that goes into it. Mm-hmm. But yeah, just keep looking into it and researching and doing your own thing.
Right.
But if you have someone that's in there for bail or something, you can probably figure out a clever way to get them out. Like I've done it. I mean, New York City is a totally different beast, but I've supported the process of so many people getting out of jail who wouldn't have had bail.
Hello.
Through figuring out, using creativity, and really, really listening to what the judge is saying, mm-hmm. Around like why they can't make bail or why the bail is so high. Mm. Like for instance, this is one girl, I never met her before. Mm. She was in Kansas City. Mm-hmm. But we had already raised her $2 million. She was on the charge for domestic violence. Since she beat her boyfriend up and he had scars, she went to jail. So, can't make this up.
Girl, go ahead. You said beat him up. Go ahead, girl. Go ahead.
So when she went to jail, the judge told her no bond, no bail, no bond, and she was just sitting there.
That was her first time.
I think it was her first time.
Dang. And it's in New York still?
No, this is in Kansas. Kansas City.
Okay, you be all over, girl. Dora Explorer. See, that's why she call you Tommy. You know?
Tommy ain't got no job. Now you get it.
Right.
It's like, what you do? Something.
Right. That's crazy.
So I got in contact with her public defender. Mm-hmm. I got in contact with the judge assistant. Mm-hmm. And within 6 weeks, I had this girl free.
Girl, what?
With an apartment,
ooh,
a phone.
Hello.
And I wrote a report that says, okay, well, if we give her housing, we give her a phone to communicate with y'all, would y'all let her out? And the judge, after I did all of that, contacting back and forth, getting in contact with people, they let her out, and we didn't have to pay anything.
So consistency.
Yeah.
Demanding.
Yeah. And just really just like, okay, well, I'm listening, because a lot of times we don't listen.
Oh, yes.
Oh, she's a threat to society. Oh, she doing this. Oh, she doing that. Oh, she's not stable. Okay, so if I make this motherfucker stable, you gonna let her out.
Right.
Yeah, like, so literally,
right.
like.
I'm letting you know she ain't going nowhere. Now, what's the problem now?
What's the problem now? And I'm gonna pay her rent for 3 months.
Ooh, hello.
So for 3 months, you know what she's saying.
Exactly. And if you can't finish that case in 3 months, baby, we'll work out something else. But
my point. So by the time we finish that, I never met this person to this day.
Aww.
And she's out.
So how was it when she got out? What was the words that she said to you? Did you get to talk to her?
She called me on the phone. That's it.
She said thank you.
She said thank you. No, I don't know if she said thank you. I think she was like, where am I staying?
Girl, let me tell you something, real quick.
Where am I staying? Like, but she was so disoriented. I think she was pregnant. Like, it was just too much going on.
What happened with him?
I don't even give a damn.
I'm just saying, because, oh, God dang.
I ain't talked to him at all or nothing like that. So it was just literally like, she was calling me from jail and I was working shit out for her. And because I had the money already to get her out, I was like, she's a young black girl. Let me just
do what I do.
Do what I do.
Ooh.
And I literally, when we originally started, mm-hmm. She went from no bond, no bail. Then the judge gave her a bail at $75,000. You got to pay every dollar of that $75,000. So we went from $75,000. This is a campaign. Like, I have a whole I created a whole graphic and everything, mm-hmm. trying to raise $75,000.
Oh my God! So you was gonna raise that money?
Yeah. And until I was like, man, I'm thinking about this shit wrong. Ain't no motherfucking way I'm finna raise 75. If I can't raise 75,000, I don't raise $2 million. But if I give her the $75,000, it's taken away from so many other people. I could probably get out like 20 people with that in support.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Right. So I had to really like change how I was doing mm-hmm. and thinking about the case. When they told me, oh, this, and this, oh, baby, I'm finna address all of them issues. You finna let her out free.
And they did just
that.
Did that. Girl, give me 5, girl. I like that.
Yeah, so
I like that. Good job.
Yeah.
Helping the black community. Now y'all see why I say the best for last. I'm just gonna say that. I'm just hello. That's really a really good thing that you're doing. Because my brother's locked up.
Yeah.
You know, I've been lazy. You know, but
not really. You just been doing you do time with them. Shit.
No, damn sure do. And this is not his first rodeo. I'm gonna say that. Now, the first rodeo, I was like, oh my gosh, like, you know. But then it's like you make decisions in life.
Yeah.
And you make the same decision again, and it's like, now is what you want me to do. You get me? Like, you ain't gonna learn, because the first time it was like, baby, like, I'm giving you this, I'm giving you that.
Got you. Yeah. And
you're not really eating the time. Because I'm, like you said, the free phone calls. Us as family members, we're the ones suffering. Yeah, you're suffering too. Don't get me wrong. I was a CEO. I'm just gonna say that, y'all. I know what it's like.
All my siblings, I got a lot of siblings that CEOs.
Hello.
So I get it, and we argue to the death of. I be like, fuck the police and fuck your ass too. Like, I don't.
That serious.
And they be, Brittany, why you? Listen, you already know my stance. I love y'all still, but that's just a political. It's a political stance.
What's right is right, wrong is wrong. You know. Now I'm gonna say I worked at the women's institution, so I feel like the women's institution is run totally different. You know, they're fighting over makeup. What institution that I was at? I don't know about the other ones, okay? But this one, it was like, we call it college campus, because it literally whatever. But working there, you see a different side, and then hearing the stuff, and then my brother being in there. But it was just like you did things again. And we but we, you know, here, let me put money on the phone. Let me buy you commissary. Let me pay for that tattoo. You know, let me pay for, you know, let us do that. And now it's just like, you know, I have now 3 kids. I'm sorry, y'all. See, my kids want to call during the episode. That's crazy. I'm live, y'all. I'm live. And they're upstairs, you know. Hello, Mama Needa live too. Okay. So I'm just curious, all that you, like, with everything that you do, what inspires you to stand up for what you believe in or helping others? Like, what inspired you to get into doing what you do to help people? And you know what? Let me just get a shout out to this one person, Sheila Williams. She said, yes, that's my cuz. So,
hey, cousin.
So I just want you to know Sheila Williams is in the building. I love that, Sheila. Yes, girl. Okay, go ahead.
I don't know. Like, I just got into it, and it just keeps going. I just think that, like, what, you know, like, I've always been a nerd.
You a hood nerd? I'm just gonna say that.
Yeah,
I've been a nerd.
I always been a nerd, but I always been hood.
Hello.
But, like, I always care about people.
Oh, yeah.
So, like, what folks don't understand is, like, the Constitution say, like, I can keep saying like, but.
I'm sorry, Kiana, if you're probably not watching this, but I am live, sweetheart. Go ahead.
The Constitution says that slavery is over unless you're incarcerated.
So say it again. Slavery is over unless
you're incarcerated.
Unless you are incarcerated.
Yeah.
Am I understanding this right?
I'm saying it in a way so you can understand it.
Okay. Say it again.
Slavery is done. Unless
you. I got you. Okay, I get it now. Now I'm okay. So if you're not in prison, you're not enslaved. But once you are in prison, you are in slavery.
Yeah, and so what started making me get more and more involved after Trayvon Martin was, like, when I think about, like, 1 in every 3 black men will have a interaction with the criminal justice system. And the fastest growing population of incarceration is black women.
Ooh, black women now.
Yeah. So with that alone, that tells a different story around, like, yo, McDonald's, Starbucks, all these restaurants and companies get free labor through incarceration. Or you getting people to work for pennies.
Right.
Because you're incarcerated.
Yes, Lord.
Right? So, like, when we think about slavery and all that type of stuff, or plantation and all that shit still exists. And the majority of people that's there is still black people.
Yeah.
Right? So, with that alone, I'm just like organizing around it.
Right.
I mean, I've done some shit around here for like hurricane relief when Hurricane Irma came.
That's some shit around here. It's just the way it came out so natural. I done some shit around here, like, hello.
Yeah, like Hurricane Irma. I ended up just getting a whole bunch of like black women to give me their Cash App, their Zelles, their PayPals, and have had people from across the country donate directly to them to get supplies that they needed for the hurricane.
That's what's
like
up.
some folks that were in Key West that was impacted. Some of them got $5,000-$10,000 just by somebody saying like, oh, like without, because you know, like the Red Cross.
Right.
That shit, they ain't giving the shit to us. So I was just like, yo, I know a lot of people in Florida City, Homestead, around this area. Give me y'all Cash Apps and all that shit, and let people give y'all money to get what you need for your family.
Well, next time I'll go ahead on just text me.
No, yeah, absolutely, right? Absolutely, yeah.
You know,
but it's wild, right? Because I'm an individual.
Girl, why the branch?
Girl, the branch is here. The branch is branching, okay?
Girl, what? And I'll see what. Girl, put it right here on the Girl, don't put your on it no more.
But it was me organizing and doing all of this, but they put me alongside like the fucking Red Cross, like in articles, thinking I'm a huge organization. It's just like, no,
it's just one person.
Yeah, and I'm just doing Cash Apps and shit, like as a fun.
You said just doing. That's a lie. That's a lie. That's a lie. I can't just. I'm not just. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
No, but for a good job, I commend you. Like, I wouldn't even know where to start. Like, I think about stuff, but I don't never know where to begin. You know what I mean? But that all goes to who you know. You know?
No, because it's the other side to the story. So, when Hurricane Irma came, we launched a whole campaign against the governor and the mayor of Miami-Dade County because they wouldn't open the shelters. Like, they wouldn't open up South Ridge, they didn't open up South Dade, all of that. So I actually won all of those shelters being open for all of us.
Oh, wow. So that's why
in 48 hours, that's why they opened it. That's why they opened all of them. They opened, I think, a total of like 28 different shelters in black and brown communities like Perrine, Richmond Heights, Homestead, Florida City. Because I had got my friends that worked at all these other organizations. Right. And was like, oh, we finna get these people together because we need these places.
No, so, dead serious.
Yeah.
Hello. Girl, I want to say real quick to Nika Greenaway. Shanika, thank you for the 200 stars, girl. You always showing out, okay? And to Shakur Lavish, thank you for the stars. I appreciate it, cousin. And I appreciate you joining us today, okay? So, what other resources? Before I ask that question, what is or how is the outcome going to be? Because I know you did say you're working on getting free phone calls, right? So, is that going to be something that's going to be different? Because my brother, and so I'm just really asking. So, is that something that's going to be worked up for many states or just certain states? Because I know you won one state, but what about the rest of the other states?
Well, I'm no longer working on that campaign, but we did get the hell with Biden, but and all the presidents running for office, right? At this point.
And Trump?
All on.
Okay, yes ma'am.
Right? No, I know, but I'm just saying this. So when Biden started running, we had worked on getting Biden to commit to making federal free phone calls.
Right.
Making phone calls free in the federal.
In the federal, okay. So not the state.
But I do know that the people are working in North Carolina and South Carolina directly with the institutions to make it free with the governors and all of that.
Right.
So it's a possibility that it can happen at any time.
Right. I mean, I feel like it should because I feel like, again, goes back to it's literally not hurting the inmate when it comes. It is hurting because, of course, if the family don't have money to put on the phone, they can't talk to the family. Right. Yeah. Give or take. But the family that's actually putting the money in the phone...
It's expensive.
It is. And even like the electronic communication.
And if you long distance, it's even worse.
Girl.
Yeah, so it's a whole like utility bill that you got to put forth to and just think about if you have 5-10 year bid, and that's a commitment on the family to make sure they talk to their loved one inside 5-10 years.
Listen, let me tell you this. My mother would literally, that was her bill, one of her bills. So it was times where she was like, I'm not going to pay this, so I can pay that. And why? You know what I mean? I understand why, because you want to be able to give him the extras instead of just going to the child hall to eat whatever that was on the plate. But it's just still like, it's expensive. You know what I mean? So I hope that does help, or it does work, or get put into place for people to be able to get free phone calls, because that would be a little break off some financial stress.
Yeah, and majority of the people in jail again are Black and brown people, so it's another bill that in our communities we have to stay connected to your loved one.
I do have Nika Greenaway says she's doing good work. Keep blessing others with her ideas and resources. Really life changing.
Aww.
Yes, girl. I'll clap. Come on, we gonna clap. Yes.
Don't mind me. It's the wine, y'all.
It ain't the wine. Look, you're gonna have people coming next. I want the wine she was drinking.
Yes.
I ain't got that wine, y'all. I want to ask, are there any other resources that maybe that I don't know or someone else may not know that could help? It don't have to be just incarceration, just any type of resources that you think will be beneficial to us families, low income. I don't want to just say Black, but low income families, or any resources. I'm gonna limit you. Tough one. It's so many, huh?
I just think my question is, how do we be a resource to each other?
How do we be a resource to each other?
Yeah.
How can we, or how do we?
How do we?
By sharing. Loving.
Yeah, I mean, it's not a question to be answered, but just
dig deep.
Yeah, no, just something I think about all the time around. We think about friendship and relationships and people, how we build them with people. How do I show up? In a world where a op is a motherfucking op and it's real.
It is real. Real bad.
Friendships and all that shit is ops in there, but still.
Oh, in the friendship.
Yeah. But if a resource could be something that we can create right now, and we ain't even thought about it. Just around I got you. You get what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's a different type. I'm privileged because I've traveled to so many different places and seen so much shit. So my mentality and so many people has helped me get where I am today. So my mentality is somewhat different. I ain't on a lot of fuck shit, and I don't tolerate a lot of fuck shit either.
Hello.
Straight up, I'm addressing that shit at the door, okay? But a lot of times when I see stuff, I'm like, oh, if that person and that person would have connected, that would have could have took you so far.
Yes. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say that the journey that I've been on has been phenomenal.
Aww.
I'm not even lying. It literally has been great. I've been meeting people with you, even you, or just my episodes, meeting people, communicating, connecting, and then just going out now, enjoying life, meeting different people. Oh, I know this. I'm like, oh, you know that? For real? I can do that? And thinking of something, Tiana, she came on the episode.
Yeah.
And we've connected ever since. We went to school together now, mind you, back in the day. So, but for us to connect again today, and she was telling me, if you have a library card for the museum, they give you, the library card, they give you different, I don't know if I should say discount or credits to go to a museum around different museums, and you don't pay nothing. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So she was like, yeah, I do it all the time. You check it out, and you can take your kids to any of the museums for no cost. I'm like, I didn't know that. So now I know I can go ahead and do something with my kids and not have to pay. So
yeah, not a budget.
That's a resource, y'all. You gotta go to the library. You got a library card. I don't know the backstory of it, but if you do get a library card, it's stuff that they do let you check out to go to museums and different events. I don't know too much, but I'm gonna get into it. And when I know more about it, I'm gonna share it with y'all, because why not pay nothing?
Just make sure you done paid your library fees from when you were about 5 or 6, because they coming for all their dollars.
Oh Lord, then I just put in the kids to see the kids now.
Yeah, put in the kids name.
Cause I don't know, cause some of them books, my mom.
You ain't getting it back.
I don't even know where they was
Get it back in blood.
No, but I want to thank you so much, Miss Brittany, for coming today. Did you want to share anything, say any last minute stuff before we go, girl?
No.
I'm looking like, girl, I want to know, okay? Nah.
I think I shared too much, but like, y'all stay blessed, stay blessed, stay blessed. Stay
blessed and love yourself, y'all. Do what is right for you.
Amen.
Hello. Think positive. I'm going to say think positive, because when you wake up in the morning with a positive thought, your day can go so much better than if you woke up mad. You know what I mean? Or even if you do wake up in a bad mood, try to tell yourself happy thoughts. Try to think happy. Yeah, and I love everybody. I hope you guys have a good night. I'm sorry I look like, oh, Lord.
You look amazing, honey.
Amen. Jesus Christ. Okay, bye.
Bye.
I'll see y'all Monday. Y'all better be here early too now, okay?